It is time for Yang News of the Day, episode 20 for Sunday, July 7th, 2019. I have some tweets to go over with you. I have some announcements. And I have a policy I want to go over with you and an article to tell you about. So stick around. Thanks for being here. Okay, so Andrew Yang was tweeting a lot today, and we'll go over what he was talking about. Let's see here. Quote, universal basic income seems like a radical idea until you realize that our winner-take-all economy is about to accelerate in unprecedented ways. There are very few means to distribute the gains broadly and quickly to millions of Americans. It becomes common sense very quickly. End quote. Yeah, if we're going to have this type of hyper-capitalistic system with automation in full swing, in jobs, 10% of the job market being erased every year by automation, we need UBI. It's not an option, really. And whether it's sane or it's not, whether it sounds sane or it sounds whatever the perception is, it's an absolute necessity if we are keeping this system in place. Okay? I mean, I would like to see some deeper changes in the tax code, but if things are going to stay the same, we need UBI because it's accelerating. Okay, automation is accelerating. Approximately 10% of the job market is being wiped out every year. So we need UBI. And it does make a lot of sense. It's very common sense to have it in this very capitalist structure. Okay. Another tweet. Quote, I guess this is about Iran. Quote, Iran's incentives to adhere to the 2015 multilateral nuclear agreement are limited if U.S. economic sanctions are being imposed. I would re-enter negotiations with the existing agreement as a starting point. The goal should be to reduce tensions while moving our interests forward. End quote. Yeah, Iran's incentives are to adhere to the 2015 agreement that we backed out of. I'm sorry, that's not going to happen. Iran has already started moving forward with pursuing the enrichment of uranium. They are not adhering to the deal. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I would re-enter negotiations with existing agreement as a starting point. Absolutely. It would be a wonderful thing if our government, the Trump administration, would re-enter agreements and re-enter the existing agreement that Obama laid out in 2015. It wasn't perfect, but one thing it did do was stopped Iran from getting a nuclear weapon for 10 years. Like, not even going to go there. And Trump is just backing out of everything Obama did just to spite him, no matter what the ramifications are for America and the world abroad. He's that petty and hell-bent on destroying Obama's legacy that even something that would prevent Iran from getting a nuclear weapon for 10 years, even that isn't petty enough for Donald Trump to say, hey, if that was Obama's, I'm going to destroy that. I'm going to back out of that and create a horrible situation for everybody and everyone because I am that petty. This is the President of the United States. And the last line has me kind of concerned too. The goal should be to reduce tensions. I agree with that. While moving our interests forward. Our interests? Where? In the Middle East? Yeah, our interests should be getting out of the Middle East. If that's what he was saying. It's vague language. You can interpret it what our interests are. Okay. My interests would be getting out of there. Getting out of the Middle East. Unless it's peace talks. That's it. But our meddling in the Middle East is just leading to just instability. And it's exponential throughout the years. The instability grows and grows and grows, and the hatred for us grows and grows and grows. Okay? So our interest should be getting out of there at all costs. All right, another tweet. I still feel like a normal person. May that be a good thing. End quote. Yeah, power does and can corrupt people. You know, money can corrupt people. And, Andrew Yang is, he's the little guy. He's the normal guy. He's the regular guy. I mean, he probably had a wealthier upbringing, even though his parents were immigrants and whatnot. He went to college. He did a lot of things, middle class and upper middle class people do. But anyways, I still feel like a normal person. That's a good thing. That's a great thing. We need normal people. We need regular people with very sound policy initiatives and very clear thinking. So Andrew Yang is good at that. I hope he stays in that stasis. Okay, so there was an article from May 19th, 2019, that Medium.com ran, entitled, quote, Why Andrew Yang Can Beat Donald Trump in 2020. Basically talks about how he's the dark horse and whatnot. I'm going to leave that link down below for you to check out. I don't know if you missed that article or not. Okay, let's move on to some announcements. Still no winner yet in Andrew Yang's drawing for the $1,000 a month giveaway. Like I said before, the pinned tweet is down, so they're vetting the person that they've likely already chosen, and it will be any day now. So I'll report on the findings as soon as that happens. And another announcement: there's still no Q3 goal set. So as you know, for Q2, Andrew Yang set a goal of 3.5 million, and he finished with about 2.51 million approximately. But Q3 has started and there's still no goal set, so I'll update you when there is, just to let you know. Okay, so last item for Yang News of the Day is the American Mall Act. Not male, mall. Eyes look like L's sometimes. The American Mall Act. Okay, quote, as e-commerce takes over a larger share of the retail market, many malls are closing down. 300 malls will close within the next 4 years, and hundreds more will struggle. The windows shuttered, the doors locked, the building abandoned. This sends a negative signal that the economy of the area is suffering. It also attracts criminal elements who can squat in and vandalize these empty buildings without much interest from local law enforcement. These giant spaces need to be revitalized in order to spur investment in the local economy and combat the suburban blight associated with the closing of a mall, end quote. So that's cool. Andrew Yang has his sights set on something called the American Mall Act. It doesn't really go too much deeper past that. Like, I don't see a lot of specifics yet, but he has set a template. He has a vision for pursuing the revitalization of American malls. So that's a unique policy, one of many. He has about 90, maybe 100 policies on his website. You want to check that out at yang2020.com. I'll leave the American Mall Act down in the comments so you can go directly to it and check it out. And okay, so I think we're good for Yang News of the Day, episode 20 for July 7th, 2019. Like, share, and subscribe. Click the bell. Have a wonderful Sunday.